Hi guys, welcome to Full Time Devils. I'm Adam McCullough. This is the West Ham against Manchester United preview. As you can see, we are outside Old Trafford, and that's because the game has come too quickly after the Middlesbrough game. So we've got no time to get in the studio, get on Skype, and all that malarkey. And we're doing the preview right here. I'm joined by some of the lads. We're going to discuss that game coming up against West Ham. Now, after the euphoria of the victory over Middlesbrough, the late goals from Martial and Pogba, I've got to ask, because in my fam cam, I don't know if I got carried away, I said United are back. Now, I don't mean we're going to win the league, but I mean this is the real Manchester United. Are United back?
Yes. We've got the blueprints back, the comebacks, you know what I mean? Everything's back, but, you know what I mean? We're just there. You can just see under Mourinho, we've got the DNA of United back, you know what I mean? The late comebacks, but I reckon we're back, honestly. Obviously, we can't take it, one step at a time, you know what I mean? But I think we're back. The DNA's back. I reckon the DNA's back for us, 100%.
Hashtag one game at a time.
One game at a time, mate. We've put that one away. We've got to put West Ham away now. But I think, United do look like they're starting to get back. I don't think you can say we've completely arrived, because if we've completely arrived, that game against Middlesbrough was 4-5-0, right? And which it probably should have been, in all honesty. But we are back in terms of when things don't go our way, we don't crumble. We roll our sleeves up and we get stuck in and we go for it. And that was what we did against Middlesbrough. We grafted. And we might have to do that against West Ham. This is going to be a tough game for us. If we can put West Ham away, like I said, we've got to take it one game at a time, mate. But if we can put West Ham away, that puts us on a good footing going into the FA Cup. We'll swat Reading aside, no problem. And then we're looking for a good position. People are dropping points all over the place. We just got to stay consistent and we'll be in the mixer. The league's probably gone. Chelsea have just put a phenomenal run together of wins. They're likely now to just maintain. Even if they have a Gerrard-level slip, they're not going to slip that far. And I think the league's theirs to completely throw away. But we can still come second. And from where we've been slagged off, from the way the press have treated us, from the way the referees have treated us, second is an achievement for us this year. And that's a springboard for us to go and actually get what's ours, which is the title next year.
I'll be back.
We're back to the United that I know. I mean, in terms of from 2013, since Fergie's left, we've looked like a complete different team. Today illustrated, I think, everything about what Mourinho's done for us and taken us back, kind of erased everything that Van Gaal's done. We actually looked threatening in the last game against Borough in the last 15 minutes. Regardless, obviously, it was 1-0 down, but we was fighting to the end, and that's what Manchester United do. I was calm the whole time. You know what I'm saying? Like, United.
I wasn't.
I was, bro. Like, the United that I know, and I always keep faith that we're going to continue to be, is the team that goes until the 93rd minute. And we did that. And obviously, we got the points. So it's on to the next one.
Go on, Abdullah. Throw your piece in. Not literally.
That's 12 games. 12 games unbeaten, the most since Ferguson's left. And that really is something. And I always bang on about the December thing, and a lot of people get annoyed of that, about how it's the most important month, because you get a mixture of some easy games, you get a mixture of the tough games as well up there. We had Spurs and so on, and we had Middlesbrough.
And it's been a different kind of victories in every game as well, hasn't it?
We've had, obviously, all that rubbish with the ref in the Middlesbrough game, and then Spurs fought really well, kept it tight at the back, we got the win. So the improvement's crazy. I mean, the progress from Van Gaal. We only 4 signings. I think Mourinho came in and was like, yeah, I'll get 4 players, sort out the team here and there. And then he noticed that there's more work to be done. And you know what he's done now? He's taken players like Jones, Rojo, and he's turned them into beasts who will play well week in, week out. And that's, you've got to give Jose some credit for that.
You've got to give him some credit for that. We've got West Ham coming up next. I think we're back anyway. All you have to do is go and check out my fan cam. Now, I could look totally stupid if we end up losing this West Ham game. And you know what? You could drop points, but it's still that mentality thing that I think Mourinho has brought in, and it's finally rubbing off on the players now. West Ham up next. They've been linked with a certain Anthony Martial. His performance against Middlesbrough was absolutely fantastic. It was a performance that we wanted to see from him. What have you made of these rumours linking him away from the club? And was that one to the haters against Middlesbrough?
I think it's inevitable when players are not starting. We've got that many top quality stars. If they're not starting, I think it's inevitable they're going to get linked with other teams. If we're paying upwards of 36 million for him to loan into West Ham or Sevilla, they're talking about, it's a bit ridiculous. Like, I'd rather keep him on the bench. Like he showed today, like, I've got faith in Martial. I've seen him from last season. He's got the potential. Obviously, he's just got to achieve it. But today, in the game against Borough, he was he was probably going forward. He was probably the biggest threat that we had. So moving forward, I think it's laughable. I'd never give him to West Ham. Like, they need to go and get Defoe or something.
Defoe. What do you make of Martial's performance against Borough?
Absolutely unbelievable. He had that Ronaldo thing about him. Gets the ball, doesn't care. He runs straight at the defender. We've got Rashford and Martial who both do that really well. I think, Memphis we expected. I think that's why Memphis hasn't done too well. He's a bit scared as well. I'll take that player on. I might lose the ball. The fans will get on my back. Martial doesn't give two craps. Gets the ball, runs straight at the defender, and the amount of times he goes past the defender, creates something today for that Middlesbrough game. That goal got disallowed as well for Ibra, unfortunately, but he created that goal by just running at both the defenders, taking them on, getting into Ibra, and we need more of that now from Martial.
Would you start Martial against West Ham? It's going to be a difficult one because obviously we're coming into the back of it a day in between the two games.
I think the key man that he rested was Michael Carrick, a 21-year-old lad that hasn't played a great deal of football. He's played football this year for us, but he's not played a lot of football. He's not the guy that you're like, he probably needs a rest. He looked on it against Middlesbrough. He looked hungry. He looked angry, and that was the Anthony Martial that we saw at the start of his career last year. You got to remember he played a lot of football over the summer. Mourinho's put him in, put him out, rested him. He wasn't quite firing for him, so he's losing his place in the team wasn't out of order. When he's come back in recently, he's looked pretty good, and he's going to keep his place on the back of that. I would start him against West Ham because I think our best forward lineup right now is a front three of Zlatan, Mkhitaryan, and Anthony Martial.
Say it again.
Yeah, you would.
Say again.
You would. But
Say again.
what I will say is
Say again.
outrageous self-confidence
Say it
from
again.
West Ham thinking that they can get Anthony Martial.
Stephen, say it again.
Zlatan, Mkhitaryan, and Anthony Martial.
Right, cheers, now carry on.
Outrageous self-confidence from West Ham thinking that they could get Anthony Martial or Marcus Rashford. Mate, with that level of stuff thinking, I'm going to throw Kelly Brook a tweet tonight and say, what are you doing?
ASL.
And you're paying. That's ridiculous. Ridiculous thinking from West Ham that they could get them. You need to be going looking at Celtic players.
Kelly Brook's already blocked you online, remember? After that last picture you sent her. What about Martial for you? Does he start this game?
He's got to start, mate. He's a confidence player, you know what I mean? You can't just bring him on the bench and then put him on again, you know what I mean? It needs to run the games, you know what I mean? Today you seen, Middlesbrough game, he gave Chambers a run around, didn't he? You know what I mean? You just got to give him confidence, you know what I mean? You got to play him, you know what I mean? I think he's a confidence player, you know what I mean? So we got to just put him there, you know what I mean? And just,
He'll do it.
He'll do it, yeah, exactly. He'll do it.
Who would you start? Is there what changes would you make? Because
changes
we can't expect the same 11, right?
No. You got obviously Fellaini. Got to take him out. You know what I mean? That's the one thing. I know people keep saying it, but
We just won!
I know, but it's just he offers nothing. No, he offers nothing. You know what I mean? He offers nothing going forward. He offers nothing going back. You know what I mean? You need Carrick in there. You know what I mean? Like I said before, you need Carrick in there. Calm influence. Herrera should be dropping back all the way to the defence. Pogba should be dropping up all the way to the defence. You need Herrera in there, Carrick, and then you got dynamic trio, attack, defence. You know what I mean? You got the balance there. So Fellaini, yeah. Borough game as well. Blind. I don't know about Blind at left back. He seems to be getting a run around. You see, it's not like pace. You know what I mean? But yeah.
Left back Luke Shaw back then.
Luke Shaw, if he's fit and firing, yeah, I put him left back. Obviously, keep this back four the same. Or today, they should have played Jones and Figgy Small.
Do you think that's why he didn't play Jones Road? Because they're going to play on Monday?
Yeah, but you know what I mean. You just got to keep the back four the same. You know what I mean. You got to keep it all the same.
Well, you just said change Blind.
No, but obviously you got. Obviously, get me. We got to keep the back four the same. But I thought Blind, his pace, he's gonna get caught out soon, and then it'll hit us. You know what I mean. But yeah, just keep the back four the same. Change the character for Fellaini, and then we're sorted. Got a direct trio there, so we're sorted on. So that's happened. Yeah.
Nice one. I think Juan Mata should start.
I thought Juan Mata was going to start against Middlesbrough, in all honesty. I thought that number 10 spot there was there for him. I think you might see Mkhitaryan benched this time around. Yeah, just because I think he's treating him right. Probably a little harsh, but right, I reckon. I think Mata will come in for Martial or Mkhitaryan. There's always that thing that Mata doesn't really work hard in away games. Stop it, mate. You need to watch the guy play. He was probably our best player in 2016 overall.
Come on, I made a big difference as well in that second.
I thought it was a great substitution from Jose Mourinho. That was a right substitution. Bring him on for Fellaini. He offers a completely different thing. puts the ball on the floor, puts some dangerous balls on, nearly scored within about 10 seconds of being on the pitch. But yeah, I would go very similar. I'd probably bring Matter in for one of those, I reckon, but I'm not mad if he doesn't. I'm not mad if he leaves him out. Michael Carrick's the one that you're going to bring in, and he's going to shore it up, and he's going to make... I know what you're saying about Blind being exposed a little bit at fullback, because I agree he was, and his pace sometimes does catch him out. Stop putting it in my face like that. Right? But I do think if you've got Michael Carrick there...
Oh, there's a bitch.
I do think if you've got Michael Carrick there, that is lessened. And I thought Smalling and Bay looked absolutely fantastic, and I think they are our best centre-back partnership. As well as Rowe and Jones have done, this is our best centre-half partnership. And I would keep that the same. Just bring Michael Carrick in, sit him in front of him, and let's see what West Ham have got. They're incredibly inconsistent at the moment. We can go there and pick 3 points up, one game at a time, mate.
To their council house. West Ham, you're worried by them?
Well, from looking at the Borough game, I mean, Borough had a lot of chances. Adama Traore had a bag of chances. If Negredo was better, they probably would have scored more goals. I think looking at West Ham, I mean, I'm a big fan of Payet. I'm a big fan of Michail Antonio. So if we defend as poorly as we did against Borough, against West Ham, I think they're more likely to punish us. However, I think we've obviously got more at the other end of our field to trouble them. So me personally, I think we need to start Rashford. He had a lot of success at Upton Park. Well, they've moved to the Olympic Stadium, so it probably don't make a difference. But he's had some success against West Ham. Me personally, I would probably drop Ibra against Borough. Me personally, I didn't really think he did anything. He didn't win anything in the air. He's real tidy at feet. He's a world beater at his feet. He offers nothing in behind, and I think against Middlesbrough, the centre backs that they had, I don't think they thought they'd have such an easy game as they did against Ibra. With the form that he was showing previously, I just think at the same time as well, a couple of days.
Tyron as well.
Yeah, he's 35. I mean, I couldn't do that. I'm 28, so like, shouts out to you, man. Like, but yeah, I mean, I think we've got enough to sort out West Ham, but I think at the same time we need to be cautious. Like I said, Michail Antonio and Payet, they're dangerous.
We need to be beating these lot, innit? Especially now I've said we're back.
Definitely, they've not been great at all this season, West Ham. A lot of expectations, and yeah, we need to go and beat them. We need to start Ibra, Mkhitaryan and Martial. That front three is absolutely amazing. Offers everything. So
you wouldn't change the front three from this game against Middlesbrough, no?
No, wouldn't change the front three at all. Wouldn't change the front three. Mkhitaryan does that thing where he has that creative side, so he can cut in the middle, but can also, get in front of goal and still score goal. He has it all. I think Mkhitaryan is that certain world-class player in our team, alongside Pogba and Ibra right now in his goal-scoring form. So Mkhitaryan has to start alongside Ibra and Martial.
Right then, lads, I want to come to you for some predictions. Guys, get your comments in below as well. What team do you want to see start against West Ham? Come for predictions. I'm going to come left to right, so be ready, boys. Go.
3-1.
To who?
United, obviously.
Man United, yeah?
Yeah.
2-1 United.
1-0 Rashford, late one.
4-2 United.
I'm going 2-1 to United. Guys, we've been Full-Time Devils. Make sure you follow the lot on Twitter and YouTube, wherever. The links will be below. Make sure you subscribe to Full-Time Devils. Get your comments in below. Predictions, lineups. What did you think about the Borough game? What do you think about the West Ham game? Who are the biggest threats? And we're out of here.